Hey everyone, welcome back to your Ninja Academy. Today we're going to see who's going to be the inheritor of Obito's dream in Boruto. If you would like to see more about Boruto in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our Ninja Academy. And well folks, the dream of being a Hokage is almost always part of characters who understands that. To be recognized and respected. The best way to do this is to become the greatest ninja in their country. We saw that in Naruto and with Obito Uchiha himself. But speaking mainly of Obito, he ends up deviating from this path because of several events that have occurred in his life. Several losses and a lot of sadness. But with Naruto's help, that Obito from the past returns, and now the position of Hokage is again a point where he sees that it makes sense to try to reach out, not only to be recognized but to take care of people. Obito ends up leaving for the spiritual plane, asking both Naruto and Kakashi to become Hokage, to follow his dream. But we have to be honest here, neither Naruto nor Kakashi are Uchihas, and that with Obito's dream to be the first Uchiha Hokage. In fact, even Itachi had this dream inside him, but Obito was the one who most exuded that desire. And although he didn't manage to become one, his dream is still alive, and it could be that Sarada Uchiha is finally responsible for taking that dream forward. But will she make it? What qualifies Sarada to get the highest rank within Konoha? Well, at least she is inspired by Naruto for her shinobi life, and that's very good. After all, Naruto is today the greatest hero of the ninja world. So, mirroring him is an interesting first step to take, because if I remember correctly, Naruto tells Obito that if he hadn't given up, at that time he might have been following in his footsteps. That is, it wouldn't matter much if it was an Uchiha if Obito was a good and fair Hokage, as Naruto has been. Sarada being inspired by Naruto is understandable and makes a kind of dream connection of these two Uchihas. But does she already have what it all takes? Well, let's find out. And well guys, Sarada is nothing less than the daughter of one of the strongest ninjas in the shinobi universe. Consequently, she is part of the Uchiha clan, which has one of the most powerful eye powers in existence, the feared Sharingan. And we had the pleasure of seeing Sarada awakening her eye power at a very young age, when she was about to meet her father in one of the most emotional scenes in the anime. This fact alone already opens several speculations about Sarada's future power, as her Sharingan was awakened by love, being one of the few or only Uchiha to awaken his eye power with this feeling, remembering that most active the Sharingan through hatred or a major trauma. Thus, Sarada already has a very powerful eye power, which, as we already know, is capable of coping numerous jutsus, applying powerful genjutsus in addition to increasing the user's perception considerably during a battle. In addition to all these skills that Sarada already has, she can still awake Mangekyou Sharingan, be able to use Susanoo O, and get some special jutsus like Amaterasu and Kamui, or some jutsu that is similar to these. But those are not the main reasons why I place all this expectation on the character and on her future as a Hokage. We must remember that Sarada also inherited her mother's monstrous strength. In the anime, we have already had several demonstrations of this strength by Sarada, as in the fight against Shin Uchiha, and we know that an enormous strength like this is a great differential in battles, as Sakura herself tired of demonstrating in Naruto Shippuden, as for example in her fight against Sasori. In addition to the strength that Sarada has, she can follow her mother's footsteps, for example in the medical field. She can learn Sakura's main techniques called Byakugu no Winning, which consists of accumulating chakra for a long time at a certain point on the body, usually on the forehead in the shape of a diamond. With the release of this immense amount of accumulated chakra, the user multiplies their strength and chakra control by hundreds of times, in addition to being able to use the forbidden technique ninja art creation of rebirth, which enables the ninja to accelerate cellular fragmentation with the objective of regenerating any wound, having a continuous effect without the need for hands use. We already have good reasons to consider Sarada's great potential just by imagining a combination of all these powers. We can already see that in the future we will have one of the most overpowered ninjas in the entire Naruto franchise. But the possibilities for Sarada do not end there. It is worth remembering that the ninja that Sarada most mirrors is in our dear Nanadaime Uzumaki Naruto, and throughout the anime it appears that Naruto will become Sarada's main sensei, being able to pass on to her several jutsus and techniques. What I think would make a big difference would be the Sage mode of the frogs, and having Naruto as Sarada's master could take her to Mount Myoboku so that she learns the Sage mode, which would raise her ninja level to very high status. Just to point out, as Sarada is Sasuke's daughter, she may have inherited some of her power from Hagoromo, the Sage of the Six Paths, who during the Ninja War passed half of his power to Sasuke. If Sarada had indeed inherited some of that power, she would still have a chance to awaken the Rinnegan. Now imagine a ninja who has the possibility of obtaining the main characteristics of Sasuke, Naruto and Sakura. I believe that we can guarantee that he would be the ninja with the greatest capacity for growth and to become the most powerful shinobi in all of history, and thus would have the power to be a great Hokage. But folks, we have to remember that only power is not what makes someone a Hokage. After all, even Naruto needed to study and mature so that he could finally become a good Hokage in the future. Basically, Kakashi was paving the whole way so that when Naruto took over, he wouldn't have so many difficulties with the most bureaucratic part, let's say. Not to mention that there is still Shikamaru, who is almost the real Hokage, since he is more focused on the strategies and defense of the village, and that is Sasuke, who is the guy who plays Jiraiya's role, which is to protect the village from the outside. Well, so thinking about it, I think Sarada would have to have a whole preparatory base. And no, I'm not saying she's stupid like Naruto was, but she still needs to improve the leadership aspect. And well, that's happening in the manga, as she's the leader of Team 7. So, if she studies a little more, it will be possible for her to have a good mindset to be a good Hokage, but her support would still be lacking. Her team of leaders and advisors, after all, a Hokage doesn't do everything alone. And well, as her right arm there to do the missions, Boruto will probably be this type of character, since he is inspired by Sasuke and even said that he would be that pillar of support for Sarada when she became Hokage in the future, so this spot is kind of already filled. Now there would be a need for a strategist, and the only ones I see assuming this position in the future is either Mirai Sarutobi, Azuma's daughter with Kurenai, or Shikarai Nara. Both are considered the smartest characters of this generation, and either of them would make a great general and Jonin leader to help Sarada. So in this position we already have a guarantee with two very promising characters. Now with this team assembled, what would be left for Sarada to become a Hokage is to assume the position. Of course, very possibly who will be in that position will be Konoha Konohamaru, who also has this dream of being Hokage, so I believe that instead of her being the 8th Hokage of Konoha, as many believe she will be the 9th Hokage. And finally, we would have an Uchiha in the highest position in Konoha. Something, let's face it, should have already happened, but no, the position was only among the Senjus, or among their disciples. And as the people currently don't have that fear anymore of the Uchihas, I believe that Obito's and also Itachi's dream would come true. I really wish Itachi or even Obito were alive to see this day come. The day that a face that has a Sharingan is placed on the Hokage monument, which is worth remembering is the ultimate proof of leadership and power. Really guys, that would be awesome to see. But what about you? Do you think that finally we will have a Hokage Uchiha and that Obito's dream will come true as it is inherited by Sarada? Leave in the comments. And also don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your favorite Ninja Academy.